Alright, welcome back. So, as of now, you've read my little write-ups for each team, quick snippets, if you will. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my postseason predictions. I basically figured out a rating system. I won't get into the details, but it's a scoring system out of 60. Lowest score is the best team, and I got the top 6 and I got the bottom 6, and for the most part, those are the teams that made the playoffs. Now, I have a couple teams within a few points. I gave the nod to one, even though there was one person with a better score than he had. But I gave him the nod. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be that way for the rest of the season. A couple moves, and these guaranteed final season standings are to the wind. I mean, I can only guarantee it if nobody makes any transactions, so keep that in mind. Basically what I did was I took all the categories for the most part, left out a couple, but I took most of the categories and devised a little system for myself. I know you might think, oh, he just took 5 categories and rated them the best 1 through 12 what he thought, but it's far more complicated than that, and it's more than 5 categories. Let's just not get into it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about each team real quickly. Shit, I didn't start the stop clock. I got to assume I was talking for, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes, so we got to stop by about 7 to 8 minutes. Can't go over 10, otherwise YouTube won't take it. But I digress. Digress. I used it in the story. I don't really know which one's which. Appropriate. Anyway, so scoring system. I'll give you the best team, worst team. We'll meet in the middle, and again, that's my playoff prediction. So, without further ado, the #1 team going into the postseason. Well, deuce. Jared Doherty and the Outlook Tough Guys. You scored a 21 out of a possible 60. Keep that in mind. Again, low score wins. It's kind of like golf. Jarrett, to me, your strong suits are you're going to be high. You're going to be winning blocks and steals a lot of the time. You're going to be winning points a lot of the time. You're average in 3-pointers and rebounds, and you're a little bit better than average in assists. So keep that in mind. Again, you can write that on the cash it at the bank. I mean, that's going to happen unless you make moves. The worst team, first team out, 12th team, not making the postseason. Hate to do this to you. But Verdi, you got a whopping 46 out of 60. Your average in assists, believe it or not, you'd think you wouldn't be. You'd think you'd be better, but believe it or not, scoring system checks out. It's foolproof. Average in assists. Above average in blocks and, below average in blocks and steals and 3-pointers. And downright terrible in points and rebounds. So, again, cash it at the bank. All right, so 1 team in, 1 team out. The second best team, also don't like doing this, gave it to Gary, G-Champ. You have a 24, so keep that in mind. You're the second best team preseason. Your strong suits are you are going to have the best blocks and steals week in, week out. You're going to be very high in assists, well above average in assists. You're a little bit below average in points and rebounds, but again, you're better than average in 3-pointers. So keep that in mind. But as of now, 24, second team in the playoffs. The second to last team, the 11th seed finalizing the season, goes to Ryan Simpson. You're in a downward spiral in fantasy, my boy. You have a whopping 45, just one shy of Verdi's 46. You are, and this is the tricky thing, I've got you as the best assist team. However, I have you as the worst blocks and steals team, almost the worst 3-point and rebounding team, and almost the worst points team. So, well below average in everything, almost the worst in everything, except assists, which, again, you are numero uno, in my opinion. So, but out of the postseason nonetheless. So, you know, we have 2 in, 2 out. The third team scoring a 24.5. Maybe I'm biased, but it's Cat Guy. I have, again, foolproof system, the #1 point total when the season is done. I will be a little bit better than average in rebounds and assists, and I will be average in blocks, steals, and three-pointers. So with that kind of balance, I see myself as a 3 seed going into the postseason. Hopefully I can win a championship unlike last year. The third to last team, a.k.a. the 9 seed, not going in the postseason, is Larry Bird's mustache, 38 Gator. 38 out of 60. Obviously better than a 46 and a 45. I've got you well above average in three-pointers. I have you dead last in points and assists, well above average in blocks and steals, and a little bit worse than average in rebounds, totaling up to your 38 points. So you are the 9 seed. Again, just a prediction, but we'll see. Moves, trades, anything that happens can change the course of the season. The fourth team in the playoffs. This team got a 26, real close to the 24s and 21, but surprisingly, the rookie, Brendan Prest, with the Gansett Guns, I have as the 4 seed. I have him the best three-point shooting team, better than average in assists, about average in points and rebounds, and blocks and steals, well below average. But totaling, still giving you a 4 seed into the playoffs. Now the fourth to last team, aka the 8 seed, and we're getting to the middle of the pack, so anything can happen here. But I'm gonna go 8 seed on you, and again, hate to do it, but it's gonna be Miller. You have a 37, it looks like here. I got you as a really good, strong rebounding team, and terrible in assists, and blocks, and steals, and a little bit right around average in points and three-pointers. So you're on the outside looking in, but again, like I said, middle of the pack, anything can happen. So we have 4 teams in, 4 teams out. I have 4 teams left. It's getting down to it. I'm sure there's a few of you that are a little worried. So let me continue forward. I have the next 5th seed team, Brandon Bailey. This might come to a surprise to some, but if you look over Lakers repeat 2011, it's a pretty decent team. Bailing was better than average in blocks and steals, rebounds, and three-pointers, and a little bit below average in assists and points, scoring him at 29, getting him into the postseason. The team, yes, 4th, so 7th. And again, I love you all, so it's tough to do it, but Mojica, you are the 7th seed. You are not making the playoffs. Again, things can change. I do like your team. You got a 34. You're better than average in three-pointers, better than average in points. You're a little bit worse than average in assists and blocks and steals, and towards the bottom in rebounds. Again, things can change. I could be wrong. I'm probably not. Make some moves. Could see you there. 2 teams left. Zoe and Bowden. You're going to both hate me. Well, one of you's not going to hate me, but one got a lower score, but yet I gave the higher score the nod in the getting into the playoffs. Zoe, you scored a 33. We'll see you as the 6th seed. Bowden, you scored a 31. I'm going to give you the 7th seed. As of now, love, peace, and happiness. The spinoff.